What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrench Avengers. Today, we're on Aaron's car. We're going to be setting up a button for his launch control. His car's actually got Neptune software on his Demon, but usually you can use your AC button to enable and disable launch control with that, but the button, for whatever reason, isn't working. So we're just going to wire up our own switch to set that up so that we can enable and disable launch control on his Civic. So let's do it.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Okay, for the switch to work, we need to decide if we need to put 12 volts to the ECU or if we need a ground to the ECU. Or possibly even 5 volts to the ECU, I'm really not sure. My normal way of doing it is I wire up a ground. So from the ECU to a switch and from the switch to a ground. Aaron got himself a really fancy button that when you push it in, it glows red, and then whenever you push it again, it turns it off and it doesn't glow at all or anything. So in is on, out is off. That way you can tell if launch control is on or off just by looking at the button, whether it's lit up or not. After about an hour of staring at these dope instructions that look like they were drawn by a Frenchman, we decided that you have to feed it 12 volts in order to get that light to light up when you want it to. So you're closing a 12 volt circuit instead of just being able to close a grounded circuit. So we wired up a relay into the circuit so that we could actually have 12 volts to light up the light, and then the relay would actually just bridge the grounded connection. You don't have to do all that, just a simple switch will suffice. Theoretically, okay, hold the camera for me. Just up there for now. I'm just going to need to know if there's connection between the relay. So this side that will be going to the ECU, and then connect him up, and then this side coming from our ground over here. And I'm going to go ahead and just power that on, and just touch these. Probably can't hear that on the camera because the battery's dying, but that is making a connection. And turn that back off. No connection. So, no light when it's off, light when it's on. So now that we got the switch all wired up, complete in our circuit, we need to go ahead and make a spot to mount our switch to. Start by getting a switch. It does not have to be a fancy one like what we've got. And then something to mount your switch to, and drill a hole for it. There we go. And there we have that. Now that we've got the mount made and the switch is all wired up, we went ahead and installed all that, and now we just need to run our ground wire over to our ECU so it can get our ground signal. So now that we've got our button in and wire ran, we've got our ground wire that's running over here. We need to plug that into the ECU. To figure out where, the easiest things to do is actually go to your app store and look up HR tuning, and they have a Honda database app, and they have a bunch of useful information, but they have an ECU list, and you can come in here, find your ECU, which ours is a P28. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. You gotta go into the text section, sorry. Go into text section, and they have an ECU pinout. And so OBD1, which is what we have, it gives us all of the pins and tells us what we're looking for, which in particular we are looking for AC clutch, or not AC clutch, we're looking for a B5, sorry. Looking for B5, which is the AC input, which will replace this button. If you already have this button, you don't need to wire up a switch. This button doesn't work, so we're wiring up our own switch. So B5 is the one you're looking for. It's a blue and red wire. And so to figure out what B5 is, we can come up top, see our plugs, and that shows which one's which. And we count out to 5, and that's our wire. So it's going to be our middle one, which is B. What that used to be. So, and I forgot what color that was. Blue and red, which you can already see it. If I could untangle all these. And here we go. That's our blue and red wire. And we can count it out. 1, 2, wait, I gotta see which way. 1, 3, 5. So, where do I go? There it is. The other side of this pink one. So we count them out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So odds are up top. Where the clip's at are odds. Evens on bottom. So 1, 3, 5. So we know that's right. And we're just going to clip him off. If I can find some clippers. There we go. So we're just going to clip that off, probably with enough room to reconnect if we need to. Probably up a little bit more. And then strip them back. And put an end on them. And now all we gotta do is put an end on this guy and connect it up, and then get into the software and set it up. Okay, so now that we've got the switch all wired up, we need to come into Neptune and set up the software here. So start by coming over here to 3-step settings. Then we'll go down here to clutch input based and have enable 2-step. This one's set at 3200, and then below 2 miles per hour. This means that once you get above 2 miles per hour, you'll go back to your regular rev limit as opposed to your 3200 that you have set here. Come down here to your clutch input, and we'll select B5 AC switch, and that will allow us to use our button to enable and disable the rev limiter. Then you might notice once you set this up and enable it that your RPM, your idle RPM might go up. If that happens, come over here to main settings and then idle control, and this duty adjustment for AC, you may have to adjust it up or down in order to get that dialed in. I think with Aaron's we had to go like -5, -8 or something like that to get it to idle correctly. So that should be all you need to get your launch control set up.
Does that help?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead and rev. Okay, so there you have it. Launch control's working with our physical switch as opposed to the AC button, and that's pretty much it. So, if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, give it a thumbs down. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you use Neptune or if this is any different from the way that you would do in like Hondata or anything. I'm not familiar with Hondata, so Other than that, consider subscribing to the channel, check out the Instagram, and catch you in the next one. Do you guys like it when I pose at the end of the videos?